Hey folks, so here we are, 5.5 hours later. The temperature's risen up a little bit. It's now right at the freezing mark, 0 degrees Celsius, 32 Fahrenheit. And that's your weather statement. Freezing rain possible tonight, strong wind Monday through Tuesday morning. It was gusty earlier, I could hear it, but it seems to have calmed down now. So, risk of freezing rain, snow accumulation 4 to 8 centimeters, strong wind gusts 70 to 90 kilometers per hour. Risk of freezing rain this evening, strong wind Monday morning through to Tuesday morning, so it's going to start overnight sometime. The impacts surfaces such as highways, roads, walkways, and parking lots may become icy and slippery. Strong wind gusts can toss loose objects, damage weak buildings, break branches off trees. Power outages are possible. That's the part that I'm kind of concerned with right now. The low pressure system will track, or it should say is tracking, across the Great Lakes tonight and Monday. Precipitation will begin as snow this afternoon, which it did. It may come mixed with ice pellets or freezing rain this evening before changing to rain near midnight. Strong westerly winds are expected to develop Monday morning with gusts of 70 to 90 kilometers per hour. Wind warnings may be issued as the event draws nearer. So, quick look at the radar. It's pretty colorful now. It looks a little bit different than it did earlier. So we've been getting freezing rain for a while, and going by the color, the purple is actually ice pellets, so no. And those ice pellets are like little balls of ice that really hurt when they hit you. However, walking out to the garage here, it feels like just rain to me. So I don't think we're getting anything specific at this very moment. Because according to the radar, it looked like it was about to switch over to rain. I think it already has. It felt like just rain to me. So I got my old winter coat on. Just zip it up a little bit more, just to keep stuff from going down my neck, so I don't get my good one wet. Also got my old hat on, so I don't get my good one wet, and I'm wearing old gloves, so I don't get my new ones wet, or good ones wet. The ones I normally use. So, I was already planning on coming out, and I was in a good mood. I was in a really good mood today, for some reason, I'm not sure why. And just as I'm about to start getting ready, the scanner goes off. And I'm thinking, oh, here we go, because I've been watching the radar. I know we've been getting freezing rain. So my first thought was, oh, somebody crashed. Nope.
Attention North Huron-William Fire, please respond to 85685 St. Augustine line at the request of Lucknow Fire for mutual aid assistance. They're requesting tanker support for a house on fire at that location. Again, it's 85685 St. Augustine line, crossroads of Belfast Road and Zion Road. Time is 21:09:37.
Well, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. There's never a good time for a house fire. But house fires around Christmas time, I hate it. I hate hearing about that. I don't think there's any worse possible time, to experience something like that. And on a night like tonight, it's crazy. It's just crazy. So, I couldn't imagine, having to evacuate the house. I don't know how much warning they got, whether, they had time to get properly dressed for the weather, whether they just, kind of had to get out, right away. I don't know. Don't know any details. And I'm not going to hear any details, because it's in Lucknow. Well, they're in Lucknow jurisdiction, which would be too far away for me to hear what they're saying. Plus, they'll be on a different frequency anyways. So that kind of sucks. And it's unlikely I'm going to find any kind of news source. It's very difficult to find news sources for anything around here. The last few calls that I tried to find anything for, there's nothing. Absolutely nothing. So. Guess that's it. Probably not going to stop at Timmy's. The gloves I'm wearing, once they get wet, they're going to be really, really difficult to take off and put back on. Because they're not waterproof. They're nylon outer shell, but they're not waterproof at all. So my fingers will get wet. I've got my travel mug, my Timmy's travel mug with me today. I'm not holding a paper cup, that won't last long. So, because of that, holy smokes. Just from walking out to the garage, my beard's already wet. A lot of moisture in the air right now too, even in here it's pretty damp. So chances are, no, I won't be stopping at Timmy's. But I never know until I get out there. That would be a wind gust. So the wind hasn't totally died down. Well, as far as glasses, I decided on no glasses tonight whatsoever. I could wear, I guess I don't need these on anymore, I'm not reading anymore. I was going to wear my safety glasses, but once the raindrops get on them, I'm not going to be able to see. So I chose no glasses whatsoever. And being as it's just rain, it's probably not a bad thing. If we were actually getting the ice pellets, then it's going to hurt the eyes. So I just pull my hat down kind of like this. That's what I normally do. And even it's wet just from walking out here. It's raining pretty good. So, you know, it's not going to take long to get to the point where my hat's going to start dripping anyways. And that's probably the point in time where I'm going to decide, okay, enough, let's go home. Yeah. I guess we'll find out. So, I guess that's all I got. I don't know what to expect when I get out there. The road looks slushy. I did hear a snowplow go by a while ago. Roads are slushy again, so we've got more snow since then. I don't know. I guess I'll find out when I get out there. Let's go have something. first thing I'm gonna say is, got home, checked the camera, and it was recording the whole trip. Yay. Oh, what a horrible night to be out. I got no ice on me, no ice on the monster. It's all rain, 100% rain. I was just crazy. Well, the first thing I did was went down to the park, down the park trail. And it's all slush. There's just slush spraying everywhere, all over me. It's nuts. And I went and did the squiggly trail. And when I'm driving on the road, there's like, when it's slushy like this, the water doesn't run off normally. It kind of makes channels. So I was constantly driving through rivers. It was crazy. It was like, it was just spraying everywhere. It was nuts. I was not expecting that at all. It wasn't a pleasant night to be out. So I went by the fire hall and there's like nobody there. There's one pickup and he looked like he was getting ready to leave, so I thought, okay, well maybe they were cancelled and they weren't needed. But all the doors were closed, so I couldn't really tell because they're translucent. So I couldn't really tell if the tank truck was back or not. So I took a drive through town and I was going to stop at the rain had kind of eased off a little bit. So I was going to stop at the community center off in the back. I didn't want to stop anywhere out in the open because when we get weather like this, it's possible we can get lightning. So I just didn't want to take a chance on sitting out in the open somewhere. So I was going to go to the back of the community complex there and sit where I used to sit. But before I even pulled in, I could see a couple gravel trucks parked in the back there. So I guess they found themselves a nice quiet place to sleep for the night, and I didn't want to disturb them going by. So it's kind of parked by the entrance. There's a little bit around me, so you know, there's a possibility that lightning can strike something else other than me. So I had a smoke. It wasn't as bad as I expected it to be. My gloves came off relatively easy. They're a little more difficult to put back on, but as you can see, I had some dripping like I expected. So as coming back home, I decided to take another trip through town, and I went by the fire hall again. Everybody's gone. It doesn't look like the tanker truck's in there. 2 trucks have their own stall. And the third stall, the tanker truck's usually parked behind the pickup. I can see the pickup, but it looks like a wall behind it, so I don't think the tanker truck's there. But I can't figure out why there's no pickups parked in there. Like the firemen walk to the hall? I don't get it. But I don't know. Now let's say. So once I leave here, unless I'm stopped somewhere, I'm not going to hear my scanner because these pockets are pretty soundproof apparently. I don't always hear what's being said when I'm wearing this coat. And all the monster made so much noise tonight, all the splashing and everything, all that noise. I didn't hear a whole thing. I didn't hear a thing the whole time I was out, so I don't know whether they're back or not. So I can't give any updates on that because I just don't know. But like I say, the fire hall is abandoned. There's nobody there. No trucks parked around. It's in darkness. But it looks like the tanker truck is not in behind the pickup. So I guess that's all I can really say about that. I don't know. But I don't think there's going to be any power failures right now. If that happens, that'll be later when the wind picks up, but there's no ice accretion on anything right now. There's no heavy snow on anything, so no danger of that at the moment. The only thing that can be a problem is if a car gets too close to the edge of the road or something, gets caught up in the slush and gets pulled off the road by it and hits a power pole or something. But right now the only thing that's really going to cause an issue. Because it's hard driving slush. I always hate it. That's the worst of all weather conditions. That's the worst for me to drive in. I always hate it. Because slush is unpredictable. I would rather drive on ice or in deep snow than slush. That's one reason why I've always hated the salt trucks. I'd rather drive in snow than drive in that slushy crap. Because it's unpredictable. You hit a deep spot and it's going to pull you right off the road. It's just horrible. So... I guess that's it. I can't think of anything else. Well, at least I got some fresh air. Monster got some exercise. Bumper light's still working. And I went with the H9R for this one because it works better at night. It picks up the light better. It just doesn't, I'm just not guaranteed to have it work all the time. But like I say, that's why I bought this camera, because the previous one was doing that. So I assumed that camera was going, but this one does it too. So it's got to be that cord, and I haven't changed that cord yet. I never think about it. I never think about it. But I think that's what it is. I think it's just the cord. I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me. But either way, this sweater I'm wearing is really making my neck itchy, so yeah, I'm soaking wet. I'm sitting at the complex, and I decided it was time to come home, because this, where I'm sitting, the coat comes down and then it kind of moves out and it goes down. Right where it moves out there, the water was collecting, and it's soaked through to my stomach now. So my tummy is a little bit cold at the moment. So that's when I made the decision it's time to head home. So that's all I got. I just made myself another video. Something else to do.